everybody, welcome back to FM2020 with me TW1 with York City. Episode, I honestly have lost count. I think it's around 10 of the season 6. We are still in League 1, still in the playoff hunt, and we're going to get straight to the schedule because we've played quite a few games since last episode. If you remember last episode, we played Luton Tower in the 0-0 draw, and I was quite frustrated because we'd scored some goals in the games before that. It wasn't going very well against Luton, and we only got a point. They are a good side, Luton, to be fair. I think that is our level, as we are a playoff side. We're not exactly good enough to go that one step above at the moment. This episode, we are playing Ipswich, by the way, who are second in the table. We'll get to that in a moment, because holy their form. I just had a look at their schedule. Their form is ridiculous. I thought our form was good. Just have a quick look at this. Just have a quick look at our form since December. Just soak that in very, very quickly. And remember that for when we look at Ipswich's form, which we're about to do, because it is ridiculous. We have, after the Luton game, we went to Peterborough and drew 1-1. I was actually really disappointed with this one because we were the better side throughout, and Jeremy Langford should have probably scored a couple more as well. He had a very, very good game. Roper had a good game. Mark Lake had a good game. We had a lot of opportunities throughout. We even switched to 5 at the back. That didn't particularly help because they scored on after we went to 5 at the back. So maybe it's my fault for changing tactics. We went back to our traditional 4-1-2-1 narrow diamond, which we're now kind of really using as our primary tactic. And we thump. We absolutely thump Charlton at 5-0. Kenny Ray, Ryan Giles with 2. Oof and Brian Scott. Ryan Giles had a lovely free kick in that game as well. It's a glorious performance by the wing-back, who's been excellent of late. After that, we go to Oxford, who are quite low in the table as well, and beat them 1-0. Ryan Giles with another goal, so that is 3 in 2 games for Ryan Giles. But then our good run of form of not losing a game comes to an end because we face league leaders Blackburn, and they are ridiculous. Chris Bear with 2 goals in the second half. We kept them 0-0. I thought we were going to get a point out of it. I was going to be really happy, but then we gave away a silly penalty, and that just undone us all, really. And then they scored a goal on the counter-attack because I tried to launch everyone forward to try and nick an equaliser, which didn't happen. We have bounced back, though, quite nicely against Mansfield with a goal very early on from Brian Scott, and then an excellent goal from Liam Roper right at the death. So nice to see that we have at least bounced back from that one defeat. We haven't allowed that to spiral into something a little bit worse. Saying that, today we are up against Ipswich, and I think these arguably they are maybe the only team that could really challenge Blackburn. Their form is ridiculous. Let's go to the schedule and let's have a little look at that. Where is the defeat? The last defeat is the 21st of December last year. They have been absolutely lights out in the league, only drawing twice and winning. I'm not even going to count how many wins that is in the league. It is absolutely outrageous. So today, we are hopefully going to turn that 1-1 draw at home that we got to them in the back end of November into a victory and try and snap their winning streak. Because if we can snap their unbeaten and winning streak and hopefully send them into a little bit of a spiral, as they have Charlton, who are quite easy, and then Exeter, and they are also in the Leafing Cup Trophy final, so they have got that game to plan for. With about 8 games to go, it is real crunch time, which means this game is very, very important tactics-wise. We're going to go with the narrow in-tight diamond. It's been excellent of late. It's been really good for us. Up top, I played Kenny Ray last time, and he played quite well up top. I'm not going to lie. He's been alright the last couple of games up top. I'm going to drop him for Mr. McFarlane. As you can see, there is a few split and promise here on Mooney. They weren't happy that we sold Pearce. I don't know if I mentioned this last episode, but when we sold Pearce, they were not happy at all. So we've actually got to make sure we strengthen the squad, especially in the centre-half department, or Mooney's going to get upset. And everybody else who has the SBT, sporting teammate, alongside them is also going to get upset. And that's pretty much most of the squad, apart from about 5 players. So we have to make sure we do that, because otherwise we are going to be in deep doo-doo. I don't think I want to make any other changes apart from putting McFarlane in, because as great as Kenny McRae has been in the last couple of games, this is a higher opposition, and this is one where I think, do I want to play Scott, or do I want to play Mooney, or do I want to play Roper, or Do I want to play Cabby over Oliver? Ooh, that's a debate. That is a debate. Ben Cabby over Oliver. Cabby over Oliver. I'm going to go with Cabby because he can header a football. He can header a little bit better. He can cover for Baines, who's a little bit weak in the air. We're going to go with that. Ryan Giles is definitely going to start. Our form, as you can see, over the last 5 games and average ratings, it's been really, really good, including this man. Look at this man. Oof. Well, I know we've spoken about it in the last couple of episodes, but he really has found his own this season, and I'm really impressed with him. Last year, I thought I signed a dud. I thought I made a real mistake, but he's really enjoyed that defensive midfielder halfback role, which I put him in. Which, in fairness, isn't really highlighting any weak attributes. I suppose composure could do with a little bit more, but he's very good at everything else. He can tackle, he can pass the football, he's got a little bit of vision to help him out if he needs to. His work rate's excellent. There's no real massive weaknesses. We're just avoiding everything else. If you put him like box to box, is what the game would say, or it's like say the game saying box to box or Calero, it then starts finding other weaknesses in his game that we don't really want to be utilising. So yeah, we're going to keep Oof in that half-back role. Saunders and Lake is the preferred in the midfield. Coyle's dropped to the bench, which is unlucky for Coyle, because he's been excellent, but Oof has just taken his job. Oof has definitely played himself into the starting lineup. Let's get to the match preview. A 4-4-1-1. I can read 4-4-1-1 from Ipswich Town. Who is their main player? That's just a quick thing. If I click on Ipswich, that is not how you do that. Where's Ipswich? There we go. Key player is Liam Gibbs. Is he? Yeah, he's a player. He's a player with passing, vision, determination, flair, decisions, composure. Oh my god, they've got a player. He's quite good, he is. And their captain, who scored the long-range blast in the game that we drew against them, it's not too bad either. 8 long shots, and we conceded an absolutely wonderful long-range strike from him, which is frustrating, but you can deal with it. That was when we played 5 at the back. This is now the new formation, which has been a lot better since we've switched to it. Since we've changed to it in around January time, we have been a lot more effective against a lot of sides. This is a different opposition though, because we are up against a side with some serious talent, including this guy who is the star man in the midfield. He's only played 10 times for them. 10 to... Oh, you are not the guy I thought you would be. Where's their key player? Oh, he sits a little bit deeper. What does he do? Is he a deep line playmaker? Potentially. You've played 10 times, Mr. Leonard, and you are excellent. You are contracted. You're from Brighton, I think. Yeah, they signed you from Brighton. You look really handy as well. This is going to be a hard game. Dressing room wise, let's do the instructions first, and then I will get to the dressing room to have a little chat to the boys. They really did not have too many players. I'm just looking at that. They don't have too many players with real weaknesses, mainly just weak foot, so they don't have great weak foots and a couple of players, and that's that. I'm also going to start pressing. I started pressing the midfielders, who I think can do us a little bit more damage, a little bit more offense, so we're going to try and nullify them out of the game the best we can with our high press, because we are quite a compact side, if you remember. That narrow diamond really can compress the midfield. If you can compress it well enough, we can then start picking up the passes and then manipulating the play and controlling the flow of the match. That is something that we need to do against these better sides as well. Something that we failed to do against Blackburn for large portions of the game, and that's what caught us out really, because we conceded a very nice goal from a penalty. The build up to the penalty was well deserving of a goal. We just chopped the guy's legs out, so yeah, frustration out of, I think it was Baines who just got frustrated and kicked someone. What did we say? What do you say to these boys at this moment? Great opportunity to say, well, the pundits at your back, that's probably the best we can do. Passionately. Defence, you've got to be lights out today, defence, because if you're not, we're going to get picked apart by a very, very good Ipswich side. And we will get kickoff underway here at home. Home? Why are we at home? Hang on. Very quick detail. Very, I got distracted. Why are we at home? Was this not the home game? When did we play Ipswich? November. Back end of November. It was away from home we drew 1-1. Not at home. Cool, we got them at home then. We have home advantage. This is a visit I honestly thought I was at Portman Road. That doesn't make sense. I done the video of me driving behind a tractor. I know that. It was very easy. I just went out and, filmed with my car. But I didn't really. I took some footage off the internet. That's how you do that. 7 minutes in. There's not real any action so far. We have control of the possession very nicely though, and we have had one shot on target. They've had no action so far. Here's Giles. Just Scott down the left hand side. Back to Giles, who pops it to Saunders. Now Oof, back to Saunders. I don't even know what Oof's real name is anymore. I've totally forgotten it. Out wide to the right hand side for Boyle, who finds McFarlane inside the box. He finds Langford in a great spot and shoots. It's blocked. Saunders' shot is blocked, and Bergström, not Bergström, I read it as an Italian name for a moment, has just launched the ball out for a throw-in, but we now resume the action a few minutes later with Ipswich with the throw-in. Here is Thomas. Just hold him there, boys. Just hold him back. Now it's Downs across to the side for right. Now it's a little switch, and the fullback's wide open there. Okay. They are pressing their fullbacks very, very high, aren't they, indeed? We are quite a narrow defensive side, and we can get caught out by that ball, but we have to just rely on Giles to cover them shots from the bad angle. So a little shout for get creative, because if we can get an early goal, we look like we're in control of this one, and an early goal could be great for us. They are 2 for 2 on their shots. We are 5 for 2, which means we're shooting more, not particularly doing anything with the shots though, because they're not on target. Here is Langford on the edge of the box, shoots on range, finds Baines, but he's easily offside. Baines, just jump over the ball, mate. Don't even touch it, just jump over it. We now have 7 shots to do. 8 shots to 3. The shots are going well. We've got possession. We just need to try and unlock this Ipswich defence then. That is the way to do, and don't let Ipswich score from a corner. Thomas in towards the box. Oof with good header away. Anderson closed down by Saunders. Down shoots on range. The man who scored the equaliser in the opposition in the other game to this, when we went to Portman Road. I was going to say other leg, but it's not a leg, is it? Unless you consider, this is an American sport and you can sweep the regular season, I suppose. 38 minutes, 39 minutes. They're going to a pass and shortened style because they're trying to get a hold of the ball a little bit more. We're doing very well the way that we're restricting their midfield. I think that's what we're doing very excellently. So you can see Leonard's got a poor rating. Gibbs is not exactly having the greatest of games. They are the 2 players that we are concentrating on. So clearly Ipswich can't get their passing game going. And we are one of the best passing possession stats in the league. That is something that's great for us. Here's Thomas. They do have both of their wingers are inverted wingers and they come in narrow, so their outlet is definitely their fullback. So Brown, I don't know if Giles has tipped down to the post or it's just comes across the post, but anyway, Ben Canning hooks it away. I'll be getting to half time and I'm wiping my brow. I am wiping my brow as I walk down the tunnel for there. Holy moly. We have struggled for possession in their half. We've hardly conceded any free kicks. We've moved well into the attacking third from central positions. So that means Max Saunders and Langford is out doing their jobs. What do we say? I'm just going to passionately let's keep it going. I'm pleased with the way it's going. We just need to try and get a goal. But Farner's not having the greatest of games, so we might just tell him to get good. Just get good, son. He's lost confidence. Shit. He doesn't like being shouted at. I've learnt that lesson. After about 6 seasons of Carl McFarlane. I should have learnt that a long time ago, but I didn't. So, now we know. You can't shout at Mooney and you can't shout at McFarlane. They are the 2 strikers you can't shout at. Giles. Oofed. Saunders. In fairness, McFarlane might not have even had the ball so far. Boyle shoots! Good save by Bergström. Good opening action of this half by us there. As I just open my curtain slightly more to try and let a little bit more air in from the window from my PC, as it is starting to whir quite noisily. Quite warm in England at the moment. Leonard, back to Football Manager. Right at back post. I don't know if Boyle helped that out. He did have that out for a corner, so I would consider that good defending by Boyle there at back post. It's been a wonderful little freebie on loan from Brighton. Can't knock it indeed. Probably should have done that at the start of the season, how good he has been. Here is Downs. Now Thompson. Back to Woodneffy. That's a straight ball. Baines, you should have left that for Giles to come and collect. And the other Giles hooks it out for a throw-in. And Ipswich has started this second half a little bit more sharper, where they have another corner. Here's Thomas. It was right at the near post, and he should do a lot better there. Blazing it over and wide. Possession started to come back to them, and the fact that we had 60% possession first half would mean that they are doing a lot better second half than us. Here is Ben Cabby. That's a long ball down the right hand side, and Boyle is away. Boyle, can he cut the ball back for McFarlane maybe? He goes all the way. Langford shoots and is hooked off the line. Booth keeps it alive. Here's Lake. Back to Boyle. He's onside. That was hooked away by Ipswich. Langford, you got to do better there, son. You really do have to do better there, Mr. Langford. You've got to put that in the back of the net. That's a great opportunity. Excellent work by Ben Cabby and absolutely stunning football by Boyle. Here is a corner. Giles with the corner in. Swings in towards Scott, who battles, but the header is over the crossbar. Oh! But it's clearly been deflected, so we get another corner. I thought he just headed it straight over. He didn't. Giles with another corner in. Headed away by Woodfenley. Well, not a clue. Boyle. Highlight ends. Time for a sub. Both of the strikers are not having the greatest of games, so we have options. We have three of them, in fact. Kenny Ray, Keasley Mooney, or Liam Roper. Kenny Ray's been excellent of late. That's why I'm really hesitant. I want to go for Roper. I want to go for Mooney. I want to go for the tried and chested, but Kenny Ray has been such a little lights out player of late. It makes me wonder, and that's why we're going to gamble with the youngster. Kenny Ray is coming on for 30 minutes up against Ipswich. He's not the greatest of game players. If you don't know him, that's his stats. They're not exactly excellent. He's got some interesting stats, like in header of football. He is quite tall. He's got a little bit of flair, a little bit of passing, a little bit of vision. I say a little bit of passing. His first touch is excellent, and he's unambitious, so, awful. Really, it's not that great, but it's a freebie, and we're trying to get the best out of him. 70, 74, 75 minutes. We're not conceding any chances. That is something that we are good at. And our centre half is having a good game. Wood Fendel? Fended. Wall fended. Not a clue. I'm trying here. I'm trying. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take Langford off. I'm going to drop Kenny Ray into this role because he's actually scored from this role twice. We're going to bring Liam Roper on up top on that pressing forward attack role. We're not going to make him support. And is there anyone else who maybe want to be hoiked off? I'm going to go with Ooft for the final 10 minutes. I'm going to bring on Coyle for that half-back role because Coyle is well and truly good enough to play in there. And we will see how we get on. Let's have another little shout for Get Creative. I don't want to make too many shouts in the game where we are playing well. You don't want to overwhelm them or piss them off. Just need to let the boys just do what they're doing. It's just this Ipswich side has shut the game down. We seem to lack the creativity to beat the better defenders. That's the thing that I've found with both of our tactics, is that we're very, very good against sides that aren't great at the back. But when we face a side with, good defenders, we can't seem to unlock them. I don't know if that's systematic or if that's personnel. As Greaves hoiks the ball over to Downs. Don't concede now. That'll be a gut punch. Tipple nearly broke my heart there. Big old Tipple. Out that left wing. Flashes across just past the post. You're about to watch 2 0-0 draws in 2 episodes. It's not been great, but this is, top of the table clashes. That is what you get when you come back when you face the good sides. You can't go and all Hail Mary at them. We have been positive all game. We've played the same tactics and scored 5 goals against Charlton a couple of weeks ago, but we get a 0-0 draw at home to Ipswich Town, which league-wise drops us down to 5th, leaves us within 4 points of Sunderland and Ipswich. Sunderland 1, meaning they are now joint pots with Ipswich. Let's go to the schedule. Let's have a little chat. Do we have a little chat to them yet? There were some positives out there. What I saw out there were some positives. Defence, I'm very happy with your defence. Attack, I'm a little bit disappointed. I'm not going to say I'm a little bit disappointed in the attack. I would like to see a little bit more creativity out of the front two to see if we can get a real fashion opportunity. The best chance of the game probably falling to Langford, who didn't take his chance whatsoever. Schedule-wise, we will be coming back for, I don't know when. We could come back for the Sunderland game. That is good. They are third in the league, as we've just seen. They're in and around us. Or we could come back for Chesterfield, who are second in the league. That could be a preview for the playoffs. I think that's what we're going to do. We're going to come back for the Chesterfield game. I'll see in these next 4 games where we end up. If we beat Sunderland and Ipswich falter and we have a slice of luck, we might find ourselves making this game a seriously important one, because we can find ourselves in second or not. Who knows? Until then, thank you very much for watching. I have been TW1. This is York City FM2020. Hit like, hit subscribe, all that stuff, and I'll catch you in the next one. Peace out.
Hello guys, how you doing? It's me, Jack, mate. You've just finished watching probably one of the best videos on YouTube. So why not take a moment to consider subscribing? And if you haven't already, hit the like button and turn the notification bell on. Apparently it helps. I don't know how. It was good to know, wasn't it?